Hello, everybody, and welcome to State of the Race, US presidential election 2024. This is the state of September 15, 2024. And yeah, we got some new numbers. Not all are probably including the results of the debate, but let's go on and see what the state of the race is. First of all, for those who are new to the video, here are the contestants. We have Vice President Kamala Harris and we have former President Donald J. Trump. And we have some other contestants, third party contestants, already out of the race as Robert Kennedy Jr., an independent, Jill Stein of the Greens. Then we have Cornel West, an independent, and Chase Oliver of the Libertarian Party. First of all, methodology. Damn. Okay, how I'm working. Okay, so first of all, I take the most recent polls listed on 538 and now Reclear Politics and 270 to win. Then I only take polls which are not sponsored by a politically affiliated or biased sponsor. If possible, I don't take direct comparison polls of the main contestants, but I may take forecast from 538. They have forecast and I have already listed the link in the footer. Then, if no recent poll meets the criteria, we use the number of the old ones. To determine the popular vote, we use the voter turnout of the last presidential election. Yeah, just that you know, 270 electoral votes are needed to win. And here I see a typo. Results as if the election is today. It's not September 1st, 2024. It's September 15, 2024. So, at the moment, Donald Trump, the former president, is winning the election. And here we see the results. Kamala Harris would gain 241 electoral college votes, but she gained previously 230. Donald Trump would get or gain 278 in comparison to 302 before. This is the current state with the map. Don't worry about the borders and the white background. This is from Excel, what I'm using. And here we can already see what the current state is. That, for example, Arizona is currently gone to Donald Trump. Washington State is now back in the hand of Kamala Harris. We have gained Nebraska. And you can see, okay, we have this nice blue corner up there, and we have some states in the Middle West. We have Illinois, we have Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And one moment, we have the South here. This is Trump territory, no doubt. And we have the northern states here, not northern states from the Civil War, don't worry. No, we're talking about northern states here in the Middle West. So like Wyoming, Montana, and so on. These are also Trump states, and this is likely that they will not change. Also interesting is that, for example, Ohio is also in Trump hands, and very contested is Michigan. But let's go. Yeah, we have some recent events, and well, let's have a look at it. First of all, we had this presidential debate that we have all seen, probably on ABC News or somewhere else, wherever you live. And it was an interesting debate. I won't comment it because I want to take all the data very seriously. But based on polls, Kamala Harris, the vice president, has defeated Donald Trump. But it depends on whom you're listening to. Anyway, the former president already stated that he will not, I repeat, he will not debate Kamala Harris again. He just said for himself, I quote, it was the best presidential debate he ever had. Then we have some endorsements. First of all, I think the most popular one that Taylor Swift, a very popular pop star worldwide, has endorsed Kamala Harris on X, if I'm correct, and former Vice President Dick Cheney, who served in the administration of President George W. Bush Jr., will vote for Kamala Harris. And probably the same with Liz Cheney, his daughter, if I'm not completely wrong, will also vote for Kamala Harris. These are Republicans, and they are among a group of Republicans who decided to vote for Kamala Harris and not to join the Trump movement or the MAGA movement. MAGA, if you don't notice, Make America Great Again. This is the slogan of Donald Trump. Don't use it anywhere else because it's copyrighted. Then right-wing support. This is Laura Lemoon, I think it's Lemoon, who is now supporting Donald Trump more openly and said that if Kamala Harris will be elected as president of the United States and then will enter the White House will smell like curry. And well, what shall I say? We all know that Kamala Harris has an Indian parent and Jamaican parent, so this is definitely well, a remark on her origin. And well, some Republican strategists are already advising Donald Trump to get a distance with Ms. Lemoon, but he said that he can't tell her what to say or what not to say. However, Ms. Lemoon had already a clash with Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia about her remarks, where Ms. Lemoon said, okay, Taylor Greene, please be quiet because you are also sharing anti-Semite comments. And now we go to numbers. Popular vote, popularity, and steam. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we have the popular vote. The Harris Votes campaign now has 57.1 potential voters. Trump Vance have 54 million voters, potential voters. Then there are undecided voters, over 3.6 million in all states. And states with more than 6% undecided voters of the eligible population are Arkansas, Nebraska, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Utah, and Virginia, the Old Dominion state. Then we have Midwest gains, and I must correct myself. This is before I corrected it. Not Southern losses, but also Southern gains. Harris gained almost 2 million potential voters in the Midwest and almost 1.5 million in the South. Trump gained 1.5 million in each Midwest and South. Yes, I had to correct some linking in my table. So this is why I first thought that she lost in the South, but she didn't. I beg your pardon. Then we have the strongholds. Yeah, as we already know, Trump is strong in the South, and there are 170 electoral votes in this region. But as we already know, Georgia is a battleground state. This is not a safe game for Donald Trump, and there are 16 electoral votes on stake. Then Northeast, what we have seen with New England, this is a very strong bastion or stronghold for the Democratic Party. But we also know Pennsylvania is at stake. It has 19 electoral votes. Then we continue. The West is also a stronghold for the West, or we can say mostly many coasts are Democratic bastions. And here we see Democrats are having Washington, Oregon, and they have California, but they are currently not have a lead in Arizona. This is where Donald Trump's leading, but only by 1%. And we know from statistics there could be an error margin of 3%. So it's still very open and too close to call. And we go to the battleground states. So every state with 3% lead or less for one candidate. Michigan with 15 electoral votes, Trump is leading by 1%. We recently had a news headline where somebody said, okay, that Kamala Harris leading by 5%, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer had to correct them and said this is not true. We see it here by the number. Donald Trump is leading by 1%. Then we go on. Nevada, 6 electoral votes. It's a tiny state, but still has an influence. It has an impact on the election. Trump is leading by 1%. Same with Wisconsin. Here, Harris is leading by 2%. Probably this is an effect from Walz. Walz, her running mate, who could be the next vice president of the United States if Harris will win. But we need to see if this will happen. Then we go on. North Carolina, 16 votes. Trump is leading by 3%. Probably in the next time we have this presentation, this state will not listed anymore. Maybe, we don't know. Then we have Pennsylvania. Very interesting. This race is tied. Kamala Harris definitely erased the lead of Donald Trump in this state. And now we will see how this will develop over the next time. Virginia, the old Dominion state, 13 votes. Harris is leading by 3%. Same as North Carolina, maybe not here again anymore. Then we have Arizona. This is very interesting, as always. This is, I would say it's a maverick state. This is definitely something that we know from former Senator John McCain, rest in peace, because he has been a maverick, and we have seen that, for example, the Libertarian Party has always been very strong in Arizona, and it is taking from candidates like Donald Trump. But at the moment, Donald Trump is leading this state. And we have an important state for Donald Trump as well, Georgia, the great state of Georgia. 16 votes, Donald Trump is leading by 2%. And here's something that we have to keep in our mind. This is coming next. One moment. So lessons from the battlegrounds. Trump now leads in most battleground states. This has been different most recently, and he gained very well in the more potential voters in the battleground states, plus 0.8 million voters in comparison to Kamala Harris with plus 0.55 million voters. Then we know that all battleground states together have 106 votes in the Electoral College. Penn has the most with 19. And I just want to remind you that it takes 270 votes to win the election in the Electoral College. But we also now look at following. Trump is gaining influence in Georgia because his allies are looking to gain control or have already control in Georgia's Electoral Commission. We need to see how they will behave and how fair they are. It's I have doubts, but everybody deserves a chance, and I hope that there will be watchdogs who will make sure that this will be a fair election. Not to forget, some right-wing groups demand that there will be CCTVs in the ballots, election halls. Then let's go on, just so that you can always see what the numbers are. Just press pause. Here are the results for each candidate in each state. Just a short explanation so that you know what I've been doing. Here's the state. Here's the vote in the Electoral College. Here we have the result for Harris, then the result for Donald Trump, and then here we have undecided voters. But just one note that you are aware of this. First, if there are no undecided voters or third parties, this is an indicator that the numbers are coming from a forecast measuring the likelihood of who will win. Then, if you see negative numbers, this can happen from time to time. It's also an indicator of a forecast, because as you can see, Delaware, small state, nobody really cares about Delaware. Sorry to anybody who is from this state, but then it's a rounding mistake or something like that. But I've already seen that the forecasts are usually very very reliable, and this is why I take them despite of these issues here with the rounding and the negative numbers. So please don't be too mad. Okay, then you can see the other states, all 50 plus this District of Columbia, and then we're all fine. Okay, so states 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50.